The Fargo Moorhead Symphony Orchestra is in action this weekend at First Lutheran Church. And with us today, we have the conductor, Jane Lindy Capistran, and Daniel D'Amico from First Lutheran Church. Welcome, both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
This is great. I was talking to you guys in the commercial break a little bit about, let's first start with the partnership between the two of you and how that started.
Yes.
All right.
Well, go ahead,
Sure.
Daniel.
So we've been in a building project for over 18 months, about 20 months, and part of the building project was looking at creating a space that would allow these types of events to happen, performances, concerts, theater, whatever the case may be. Well, First Lutheran happens to have about 6 members in the orchestra, and we actually have our own kind of in-house orchestra, and those folks are involved too. So it really made sense as kind of a nice celebration of, hey, we made it through a building project, we all survived, let's celebrate. And so that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a night of just enjoying some really good music with some really talented people in a brand new space.
So let's talk about Saturday's event specifically.
Yes. Well, I titled it Broadway on Broadway, since First Lutheran Church is on Broadway. And we'll be doing a lot of Broadway medleys, kind of featuring the orchestra, and also having some guest soloists, too, from the orchestra. And some talented singers from Fargo South High are going to join us as well.
Wow, I love that.
So
how many people will be, taking part, or will be in the orchestra, I mean, in addition to the students?
well, we have, let's see, the orchestra is probably about 58 members. So it's kind of our typical orchestra that we use when we do sort of pop concerts. And then we'll be featuring Sonia Bosca-Harrison, who's our concertmaster, playing a violin solo. Russ Peterson out of the orchestra doing a sax solo. And then the 2 students from Fargo South High, Stella Peterson and Kayla Bruzica, will be singing a medley from Music Man. Wow. So we're excited about that.
I love it. And you said tickets you can get in advance, but you can also get at the door. Talk a little bit about the tickets.
Sure.
Yeah, tickets are available if you want to call the office at 701-235-7389 or at our website, which is flcfargo.org. Either way, we'll get you tickets, but at the door, they'll be available too.
Yes.
Okay, and so talk a little bit about the expansion project. This is a great to celebrate, but it was a huge undertaking and created a great space.
Yeah, it did. I mean, part of the process and planning was looking at it, one, as worship and also our education space, and then creating a little more open space for the congregation. So we looked at a lot of different areas in terms of childcare, after school care, being able to have that in a long-term plan. And then also looking at some upgrades to some other areas throughout the building. So yeah, we've been going for a while, and we're still in the midst of small bits and pieces throughout. But it's been a great adventure. I am glad we're on the on the downslide of it, but
I can't imagine how big the project was. And that church, I mean, it's historic. How long has that church been there?
Yeah, so on Christmas Eve, we celebrated, we had our Christmas Eve service in the new space. It was 100 years from when the first Christmas Eve service took place in the sanctuary. So it's got some history to it, and that building is, it's kind of had different projects throughout the years. And so you can kind of walk through the decades as you walk through the gathering area and the worship spaces. So,
in addition to the renovation and showing off the new space, maybe people who haven't experienced the Symphony Orchestra, what would you tell them about the performance on Saturday?
Well, I think it's a kind of a show for all ages, because we're going to be doing older musicals from Broadway and, of course, the newer Disney kind of tunes from Broadway, too. So I wanted to find a mix that would be representing a lot of the wonderful composers for Broadway: Bernstein, Stephen Sondheim, Andrew Lloyd Webber. And then we'll do some medleys, so there'll be kind of a smattering of, a whole musical. As well as just some single tunes like Memories from Cats and Send in the Clown. So things like that. So it really is for all ages. And, I think it's going to be a real joyful event. So
I have an orchestra concert at my daughter's middle school tonight. I'm guessing that maybe I could start there, but then bring her and she would be inspired to what she could become.
Yes, that would be
but
great.
very family friendly is what you're saying.
Yeah, it'll be a great show for all ages. So, we're looking forward to it.
And just beginning, probably, do you have anything else scheduled for other shows?
That's a good question. We have a few in the works that we don't have anything in the books yet. Some of them are local, some of them are not so local, and so for us it is just it's a timing thing. The church year has its own calendar, as well as trying to and get these events to open our doors as wide as we can to those who want to come and experience some community and some great entertainment.
Well, thanks for coming in, and good luck Saturday at 7:30 at First Lutheran Church. It's going to be a great night for the whole family. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.